Good afternoon, everyone. This week I'm going to start a new project, so we get a little bit more content here. Probably going to see some repair videos coming up soon, too. But in the meantime, I am starting the Eaglemoss Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 kit. So that'll go nicely along with my DeLorean, which is a work in progress as well. And the first couple of builds I've already got. I have another few on the way, hopefully shortly. And the plan is to do these on Wednesdays. Today is not a Wednesday, but I didn't get my notifications until late last night, and I didn't feel like doing this at 9, 10 o'clock at night. So this week it's obviously Thursday. Next week it will be Wednesday if all goes according to plan, and we'll roll on from there. So Wednesday's Ghostbusters, Saturday's DeLorean Back to the Future, and other days as, you know, repair jobs, things like that come along. Sneak preview on that, I have to take my Mac Mini apart, replace the hard drive, and I'm probably going to swap some RAM out at the same time. Yeah, so down the road if you're interested in that. Anyway, this is issue 1 of Eaglemoss's Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1, and we'll start building. As always, step 1 is cut open the packaging, and yeah, just like with the DeLorean, they start out, you know, giant cardboard and plastic trays. This one actually has a neat official GM sticker on the back, because of course the Ecto-1 here is a Cadillac, converted Cadillac ambulance. I was always curious myself whether it was supposed to be an ambulance or a hearse, because it sure looks like a hearse in the movie when they first get it. And the answer to that apparently is that they bought the actual vehicle used in filming was an ambulance. It's a Cadillac converted by Miller Meteor into an ambulance, lengthened the frame and all that. But as part of the joke, they also for the movie, converted it to a hearse, and then from there back to an ambulance to actually use as the Ecto-1. So it was really an ambulance, but the joke in the movie is that it was meant to be a hearse. So, you know, history. I have not seen the new Ghostbusters, the all-female cast one. I'm not opposed to it, I just have never gotten around to it. And technically I own it. I got it as part of some not streaming, what do you call these? Digital download packages. I signed up for some service because a TV show came with it. And they gave me episodes of the TV show, but they also gave me a handful of free movies, and one of those was the new Ghostbusters. So, I'll get around to it. I know it got a lot of hate. I think a lot of that was the internet being the internet. I don't know. Maybe it's a terrible movie. No idea. So, packaging is open, and I managed not to spill anything, though I made a bunch of cardboard dust. Right away, we have a somewhat different screwdriver than what they included. So this is the screwdriver with the Ecto-1. This is the screwdriver that came with the DeLorean build, which I don't terribly like. It's not super, it's grippy, it's comfortable, but it's not very magnetic, and it isn't really the right size for most of the screws. And then my trusty screwdriver that I've been using. I have a Phillips 2.5 on here. I got a 2 off to the side in case I need it. This appears to be a Phillips 2 or 2.5 that they gave me, so that's a much larger bit. Shut up. Much larger bit.
12 p.m. alarm stopped on Eric's Echo show.
Thanks. Very helpful. So there's the much larger screwdriver. In this kit, we got a nice little die-cast Ecto-1 license plate. Put that off to the side. I know we're not using it. We also got some BM screws and some white painted AM screws. Now, so these are different from, you can't see it. These are different from the AM screws included with the DeLorean because they actually have a white tip on the top, which makes sense considering what we're going to do with them. Also have this enormous chunk of die cast. It's almost a bell. Die cast for the hood. Chunk of die cast here as part of the lip that goes above the bumper. Bit of chrome plastic for more bumper. And a couple of different vent pieces. Now, I don't know which is which because they don't... Ooh, they do say 1. Oh, they probably both say 1. Huh. No, 1 and 2. Okay. So, the book, of course, labels them as F and G. Very helpful. But the instructions then say 1 and 2 in them, though they also give the F and G just in case. So that's 2. We'll put that aside. We got 1 here. We got some AM screws, and really all we're doing today is we're putting these vent covers on the hood, and then we're putting a little bit of bumper together. And like I say, I do have kit 2 already, but I'm going to hold off on that until next week, because that will help with keeping everything organized. Piece recovered. So this is a vent. It's super bright white. Probably can't see it real well. So this, 1, you know, they said 1 and 2, and they're wrong, because the one that they called 1, the one that says 1 on the back of it, has the 2 pegs in line. Again, can't tell if you can see that very well. 2 pegs in line, as set 2 has 2 holes in line. Piece 2 has 2 staggered pins, and makes a lot more sense. So, they only fit one way, but don't trust the instructions when they tell you which piece is which. So, curious. Well, their screwdriver's not bad, but it's not terribly comfortable. Yep, theirs is a 2. Yep. And these are definitely fit for a number 2 Phillips head. So we just neatly thread that in. Fits in pretty well. And you might be able to tell already why we've got white painted AM screws. So I have a parts bucket for this kit just like I do for the DeLorean, but obviously these AM screws are separate from any future AM screws that are not white painted. Although maybe, of course, I suppose there could be a bunch of white painted ones in this. Because anything on the exterior... It's funny, because the photos of this show black. So this is a change versus their photos. And I feel like the ones I've seen online were not white painted either. I was a little surprised. I don't know if they... Maybe I just didn't notice. Or maybe they've made a running change to the kit. As kits so often do. Kits and toys get running changes all the time because you're going along, you're doing your thing, and, you know, something doesn't fit right, or something could be cheaper, or any number of different things. Yeah, so instructions said 1 and 2. Parts are clearly 2 and 1. Okay. So, what's going on in the world? Obviously, we're still in the midst of a fantastic viral outbreak. I guess some places are, in the U.S., finally starting to realize that this is a problem. The rest of the world figured that out a while ago. My own state did okay. Here in Connecticut, we kind of locked down hard and fast, and it hasn't been fun. It's definitely caused some issues for me personally. I went to second shift. I came off second shift. I work at home. I work at home part of the week now. So I actually go to work in the office on Wednesdays because I have an office to myself, which is okay. People at work have been a lot better about wearing masks and keeping distance than I anticipated. I really thought my workplace would be a bad case, but it's been okay so far in the 3 weeks that I've gone in. But who knows? We'll see. There's definitely people that have it worse. I've got friends that absolutely have to work with the public, and that's pretty awful. I feel very bad for my friends and former co-workers in the retail sector because, whew, you got people being absolutely crazy. I mean, you got people being crazy when it's not a pandemic, but you've got people, attacking, assaulting, and killing people over this stuff now, so that's great. I don't know how. It's life now, I guess. Alright, so that was step one. We attached 2 vent grills here and here. Again, tough to see, all white. There you go, that's a little better. White plastic on white paint. Step 2 is assembling the hood rim. It doesn't actually go on this yet, but it will someday. So we take this. Their picture is very difficult to interpret. I guess it goes this way. We take the die-cast white part, and the chrome is going to fit inside of it, and screw on. So it's going to, that's kind of cool looking actually. It's going to be white and chrome. And that is attached with these BM screws. B for, the second letter, and M for going into metal, because again, the front white bit of this is die-cast, like so much of this kit. And this whole thing, when it's done, is going to be in the neighborhood of 3 feet long. This is still 1/8 scale, so it's pretty substantial build. I've got a couple of places already to go for displaying these as they become too big to just sit around. Right now I've got pieces in a cabinet. They're going to sit on top of the cabinets as they go along. And actually in about a month, not quite, I'll have enough of the DeLorean together that it won't really fit anywhere except on a shelf. So, because I have 3 little builds to go and 1 big build on the DeLorean before, or the big build is starting to put the chassis together. So that's when it starts acquiring its actual length and wheelbase, if not overall size. Okay, so these are real well put together, nice pieces, and that is the finished hood rim. So down the road, that's going to get attached to this, and it's going to sort of go like that. And of course, the license plate is still separate. So Ecto-1, we will see you Ecto next week. And in the meantime, you can check out my DeLorean build video and any other videos that are up on the channel if you're interested. Quick addendum, guys. There is also this nice little Ghostbusters sticker included in the kit. It was actually taped onto the front cover of the plastic. I don't know if this is a piece that's used later. The book does include it in there. This is what you'll see next, what you should have for assembled kit parts. It specifically says to hold the license plate aside because, you're going to attach it later. It says nothing about what to do with this. I am uncertain if this is used somewhere in the build. I don't think so. I think everything's painted. I don't know why they would do that, but I'm going to keep it with the parts just in case. So, if anybody knows for sure, let me know, I guess. But otherwise, see you next time.